In this exercise, we want to use the NPM theme generator to quickly generate and deploy a theme. We'll install a Liferay Tomcat bundle in a new bundles folder, set the Tomcat bundle to developer mode, then install the long-term support version of Node.js. If you are a Mac or Linux user, I'll show you how to redirect the npm global command. And we'll install the Yeoman, Gulp, and Liferay theme generator. For part 2, we'll start the Liferay Tomcat bundle, deploy the activation key, complete the Liferay setup wizard, create a new theme to deploy, and then select that new theme on the Liferay platform. In this bonus exercise, we'll change the theme back to the classic theme, and then explore the new theme project and add some CSS to the custom SCSS file in the source folder and deploy those changes. If you're on Windows, navigate to your C drive, and if you don't have a Liferay folder, feel free to create one there. And if you're on a Unix system like Mac or Linux, go to your user home and go to the Liferay folder there. Again, if you don't have one, feel free to create one. Inside the folder, create a new folder called Bundles. Next, in a separate window, find your Liferay DXP Tomcat zip file. Open it up, and inside you should find a folder containing all of the Liferay DXP files. We want to extract these files to our bundles folder. Once the files have finished being extracted, open up the bundles folder. Next, we'll take the portal-ext.properties file and add it to our bundles folder. This properties file contains a line that lets Tomcat know we want to include the developer properties. Next, we'll install the long-term support version of Node.js. If you don't already have Node.js on your computer, you can open your web browser and go to nodejs.org. Make sure you select the long-term support version. Once the download finishes, walk through the Setup Wizard installer. Once Node.js has been installed, open your command line or terminal. In this case, I'm using Windows PowerShell. And type in node -v. Adding -v will return the version that we've installed. We want our version of Node to be over version 10. Next, we'll check the version of NPM. npm-version will also return the version of NPM. We want our version to be over 6. This next step is for if you are on Mac OS X or Linux. We need to redirect the npm global command, and so we can open up VS Code and create a new file. In this file, we'll type prefix equals /users /your username for your computer /npm-packages. Save this file in your users/username folder as .npm-rc. For the purposes of the example, I'm going to pretend that this Liferay folder is my user home. Next, in your user home, you would open up your .profile file. Because I'm on Windows, I don't have a .profile file, but I'll make one up so that I can show you what you need to add to the file. In your .profile file, we'll add export, all caps, npm_packages equals /users again your username /npm-packages And on the second line, we'll export path, all caps, equals $ curly bracket, path, close curly bracket, colon, $ curly bracket, npm packages, /bin. Again, save this file to your user's home folder, and then restart your terminal for the changes to take place. I'm going to delete the files now as we don't need them on Windows. Next, we'll install Yeoman, Gulp, and the Liferay theme generator. In your command line or terminal, type npm install -g for global, yo, and gulp. Yo is for Yeoman, and the reason that we install Yeoman and Gulp before installing the generator is because when the generator is installed, it's added to the Yeoman library. Next, we'll run npm install, again using the global flag generator, -liferay, -theme, and we need to specify that we want version 9.x.x. Once the generator is finished being installed, you can type yo to call Yeoman. And the prompt should let us know that we have the Liferay theme generator installed. Now we can go down to get me out of here for now to exit Yeoman. Next, we need to start Liferay Tomcat. So in your Windows Explorer, navigate to the Bundles, Tomcat, bin, directory, and on Windows, double-click startup.bat. If you're on Mac or Linux, you'll need to use your terminal to navigate to the bin folder and then run /catalina.sh /run in your terminal. We'll know the Liferay Tomcat server is ready when we see the line catalina.start server startup in some number of milliseconds. Tomcat is just about ready, but before we start up our browser, we'll want to add the activation key. So you'll want to navigate back to the Bundles folder, and in the Bundles folder is a deploy folder. Tomcat watches this folder for any files that are added and then processes them automatically. For that reason, instead of moving the file over, I'll copy the file and paste it into the deploy folder. We don't want to lose our original file in case we need to use it again for any reason, and so we want to paste a copy of it because Tomcat takes the file and places it within its own structure where it needs to. In the Tomcat console, we want to see this line here, license registered for digital enterprise development. Next, we can open up our browser and go to localhost port 8080. If you remember Livingston Hotels and Resorts, we're going to be using them for our examples and our exercises. So for our portal name, we want it to be Livingston Hotels and Resorts. If you'd like, you can use your own first name, last name, and email, but for the purposes of our exercises, I'll be using Josiah Copeland, as well as Josiah Copeland at livingston.com. We'll finish the configuration. There's a placeholder set of terms of use. We can agree to that. And we'll need to change our password. Make sure to select a password that you will remember, as we'll need to log in and out at various times through the course. For the password reminder, feel free to pick one of the questions and then add your answer. Our Liferay instance is now ready to use. Our next step is to create a new theme to deploy. In your command line or terminal, navigate back to that user home/Liferay, or if you're on Windows, C/Liferay folder, and run yo space Liferay -theme. This calls Yeoman, but specifically tells it to run the Liferay theme generator. We're going to call our theme my test theme. It will create an ID for us. We're fine to accept that, as well as the version of Liferay, which is 7.2. For the deployment strategy, we want to select local app server. And now we'll need to give it the path for our app server directory. On my computer, it's C:/Liferay. Again, for Linux or Mac users, you'll want to use your user home/Liferay /bundles /tomcat-9.0.17. Localhost 8080 is fine, and the initialization is done. We'll navigate inside of the My Test Theme folder and deploy our theme. Gulp deploy is the command to deploy the theme. Once Gulp has finished building and deploying the theme, we'll want to do one last check in Liferay Tomcat to make sure that it has picked up the theme and is deploying it. The final line we should look for is one theme is available for use. Here we see one theme for My Test Theme is available for use, and we know that we can select it inside of Liferay now. Back in our browser, on the top left, we'll click the menu button. Then we'll click Site Builder, Pages, and next to Public Pages, there's a configuration icon. If we scroll down, we can see Change Current Theme, and we'll select My Test Theme. Click Save to finish. And now in the left site navigation, click Go to Site. You can see that our site has been changed to our unstyled theme, and it's ready for us to make some changes. As a bonus exercise, we can open up VS Code and open up our theme that we generated, My Test Theme. You can take a look at some of the files that are generated for you to use. But most importantly, in this source and CSS folder, there's a custom SCSS file. In this file, we can make changes to our global look and feel. As a quick test, I'll add a simple change to the body style so it will be easily visible to us. I'll save this, and back in my terminal, add type gulp deploy. Again, when it's finished deploying, we'll check our Tomcat console, and we'll wait to see that it's available for use. Once we see that it's available for use, we can go back to our browser and refresh the page, and you should see the changes that have been added. If you don't see your changes immediately, you can try opening a private or incognito browser in case there are caching issues. Finally, let's change our theme back to the classic theme. In the site navigation, under Site Builder, we'll click Pages. Next to Public Pages, click the configuration icon. Scroll down to Change Current Theme and set the theme back to classic. Make sure to save before navigating away from the page. Click Go to Site, and we can see that we're back to the classic theme.